Greetings and salutations everyone, this is No Code Gaming, and I'd like to welcome you back to another Master Duel video, and here we are with the Attribute 4 Festival. So what does this festival entail? Well, it bans all the light and dark type monsters in the game. So bye-bye Tearlaments, bye-bye Branded, bye-bye Mathmech technically, and bye-bye I don't know what else is a really good light or dark centered deck in meta right now. Runic? Yeah, Runic. Let's go Runic. Oh, and sprites. Yeah, bye-bye sprites. Because a lot of the sprites are dark type. But yeah, anyways. So this sort of hampers a lot of the current meta decks. So I would suggest playing this event if you want a breath of fresh air from ranked. But other than the temptation of not having to play against tier and sprite once more, what else can this festival offer you? Well, it can offer you the standard amount of gems, 1900 to be exact, just from medals, and of course more from missions once those are unlocked. But the piece de la résistance of this event, of course, is always going to be the legacy packs. But second only to the legacy packs is, of course, this dual mate, the Moai Interceptor Cannons, and it can do this. Oh yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, new dual mate just for this festival. Play it at least to 5500 medals. But what does playing in this festival entail? Well, let's take a quick look at the ban list, shall we? And here we are with the ban list. Let's get to it, shall we? So, the most popular banned cards. As always, thank you to Master Duel Meta for compiling this information for all of us to see. Anyways, a lot of archetypes are basically dead in the water. Sword Soul technically not dead in the water, as the main deck monsters are all wind, fire, and I believe water. But Chishao is no longer there, so you have to rely on the other monsters in that deck. But oh no, you lose access to a level 8. That's not gonna do much to you. Yes, it is a really good searcher, and it is a monster negate. Actually, yeah, losing this is a bit of a hamperance for Sword Soul, so oof. But yeah, so no sprites. No branded, because branded is actually all dark. By Ecclesia, so Sword Soul loses a starter. Exo Sister, a bit disappointed to see that. I actually like playing Exo Sister. Mathmech sort of got hampered. Basically, since Circular is not allowed, you lose one of your best starters, or the best starter for you. Tearlaments are all dark, except for their one water monster. So by Tearlaments. Technically, Tenyi Vashuda is a good disruptor on your turn, and I can see him sort of hampering Sword Soul, but not really needed. Punk sort of got screwed over as well, because Punk is a chaos-based deck, at least from what I've seen in meta, that they are chaos-based. So by Punk. By Runic, I know all of Runic is at least like a ton of light monsters. Tearlaments, we already discussed that. Branded, we've already discussed that. Frame Lord Omega, meh. Sword Soul, by Sword Soul. Actually, not by Sword Soul. It is still a decent deck. You can still make Barone. You can still make Chenying, the level 10 monster. You can still make that. You just can't make Chow Chow. So you technically lose a Searcher and a Monster Negate. I can see the deck still being good, just not as powerful. You also lose the other level 10, which is the Sword Soul Sinister Sovereign. You lose him. But yeah, Sword Soul hampered, but not completely unplayable. Gigantic Sprite, already said, with Sprite Blue banned, Gigantic Sprite is, and Sprite itself is just no, not allowed. Zeus, that sort of kills a lot of XC decks. IP Mask, just a standard thing. Oh, IP Mask, I actually play a lot in MathMech, so MathMech got even more hampered. Access Code Talker. It's just too generic, so yeah. And Jump Scare Lady. Next, the event specific banned card examples. Why? Why is this here? Why is Hayabusa Knight banned? Why? I'm not leaving this. Why are you banned? It makes no sense that you're banned. Does someone know a play that I don't about Hayabusa Knight? Anyways, moving on. Barrier statues, all banned. That's good to see. Wait. Earth. Fire. Water. Oh, the wind was already banned months ago, right? Fossil Dyna. Yep. Banned. Wandering Griffin Rider. A bit weird. It was a good single Omni negate, but I guess it's technically splashable in any deck, so it had to be banned. Block Dragon banned. Bye bye Adamancipator. Flow Wonderies banned. Bye bye Flow Wonderies. Ooh. Necro Valley banned. Kaiser Coliseum banned. Good to see these floodgates gone. Ring of Destruction banned. I guess they don't want burn to be a thing. Ojama. Okay, so Lockdown is banned. Other floodgates banned. That's good. DNA transplant. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, DNA transplant makes sense. Just to like adhere to the rules of the event. Summon limit banned. Monarchs erupt banned. Ooh. Naturia Exterio banned makes sense. And Crooked Cook banned. So Stall is banned is what I'm seeing. They've also hampered Marine Cess from the looks of it. And each of the new Ishizu cards are at 1, and Sword Soul Blackout is at 1. So they really want to hamper Sword Souls from the looks of it. So your choices are a bit more narrow now. And you might not have the deck to play in this event. Luckily, we have loner decks, so let's get onto those right now. And here we are with the loner decks. I myself have actually not seen these decks, so let's see how they look, shall we? Let's start with A New Spring is Here. Oh, this uses the Vernisylph cards. Activate effects from the hand, and in conjunction with their individual effects resolutions, they are able to special summon Earth monsters from your GY. Utilize these effects and aim to create a lineup of 5 or more Earth monsters on your field. Then you can use the effect of Vernisylph in Full Bloom to increase the attack of all monsters on your field, or the effect of Vera, the Vernisylph goddess, to negate monster effects activated by your opponent at the time of the resolution. Let's see what we have for tech. Oh, nice. 2 Raigeki and a Harvey's Feather Duster. Ooh, and 2 Called By. And 2 Infinite Impermanences. Oh, and a Dino Wrestler Pankratops. Okay, admittedly, this is actually pretty good tech. And they give you 3 Pot of Extravagance. Oh, nice. I don't think you'd ever use this extra deck. So yeah, Pot of Extravagance, very good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, let's see what we have here. So apparently your main focus is try and swarm the field with Vernisylph. And I believe they all have the same effect. You can discard this card and 1 monster or Vernisylph. Draw a card, then you can special summon 1 Earth monster from your JY. Also, you cannot activate non-Earth monster effects for the rest of this turn. So you're basically locked into Earth effects, which is fine. Everything you have is Earth here. So that's a non-issue for you. And yeah, you get a free draw by discarding this card and another monster. And you can special summon any Earth monster from your GY. Let's see here. And then you can target 1 Vernisylph monster you control. It can make a second attack. Okay. So it's on the beatdown. We're just going to ignore the first part because I think they're all the same. Yeah, you can discard, add 1 Earth monster. Okay. So this is a Earth Search and protection from target effects. This is a draw and second battle, a second attack. This is a draw. Nope. This is a search and a pump. This is a destruction protection, and search is Vernisylph. This is a hold on, and one monster. Send from your deck to the GUI one earth monster that cannot be. So this is a search and special summon. Oh wow, this is actually a really good one. So this card, you can discard it and another monster or Vernisylph card. Then send from your deck to the GUI one earth monster that cannot be normal, summoned, or set. Then you can special summon one earth monster. So basically this allows you to search your deck and special summon any earth monster you want from it. Okay, Azusa, the Earth Channeler. Nice. You can discard this card and one earth monster. Add one earth monster with these parameters. When your earth monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from hand. Okay. Pancratops, it's a good filler. It's a very good removal. Beast King Barbaros, though. You can normal summon this card, its attack, you can tribute, destroy all cards. Okay, so it's a field clear if you're able to tribute 3 cards. King Beast Barbaros. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once per turn, or once each. Only use each effect of the following effects of King Beast Barbaros. So you can only use one of these. Contribute monsters whose total levels equal 8 or more. Special summon this card from your hand. Okay. You can banish one Barbaros monster from your GUI, or face up on the field and target 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Okay, so far this deck seems very, very coherent. So good on them for designing this deck. The extra deck is gonna be a non-thing, so I'm not gonna focus on it in this run. If this card is normal special summon, you can target up to 2 other cards on the field, destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 600 attack for each. Oh, damn. So yeah, okay. Yeah, if you discard this card, special summon it, and then you can pop 2. Why is Vernisylph so good? This is actually a really decent deck. And of course the boss monster, Vernisylph Goddess. Once per turn, when a monster effect activated by your opponent resolves, you control 5 or more earth monsters, you can negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card. So it's a once per turn monster negate. You can only use each of the following effects of Vernisylph once per turn. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it, and if you do, it becomes earth. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one special. Oh wow. Wow. Okay, so swarm type deck, and this is actually somewhat coherent side deck tech in it. So yeah, 2 Raigeki, 1 Harpies, 2 Called By, and 2 Infinite Impermanences. What is this? Anyways, the field spell. All monsters you control gain 1000 attack while you control 5 or more earth monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Vernisylph in full bloom once per turn. You can banish 1 Vernisylph and the flower buds from your hand or GUI. Or summon 1 Vernisylph from your deck. Wow. The Vernisylph monster or monsters is special summoned from your deck. And it's a bounce? Oh my god, this thing got overshadowed by tears. All earth monsters you control are treated as Vernisylph monsters. Whoa! Okay, I'm actually really excited to play this loner deck. Oh my god, it's actually a really coherent loner deck. I'm wondering how the other ones will fare. And was it Vernisylph and the Changing Season? Target 1 Vernisylph monster in your GUI, add it to your hand or special summon it during your opponent's turn, except when this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this from your GUI, special summon as many Vernisylph monsters as possible with different names from your GUI, but return them to the hand during your end phase. Oh, you can use this as a finisher. Wow. Target. Okay. Current power rating. This is at the top. It is a really coherent deck. The only thing I can see this deck being hampered is that you just draw a dead opening hand with none of the Vernisylph monsters to special summon. This can actually, I think this has the potential to OTK. Yeah. This deck, currently number 1 in the loner decks. Next loner deck. And here we are with the second loner deck. Oh, it's Infernoid. The March of the Vanguards of Destruction. Infernoid deck. I actually don't know how to play Infernoid. Utilize Void Spell and Trap cards and aim to special summon Infernoid monsters. When the sum of levels / ranks of all effect monsters on your field is over 9, utilize your link monsters. Since link monsters do not have levels / ranks, they will be useful for preparing the conditions to special summon Infernoid monsters. I don't know how to play Infernoid. I think you play like the only Infernoid decks I've seen is like, I'm gonna mill myself, banish a ton of cards, summon a Zeroboros, and hit you for 12k. That's the only strategy I've seen for Infernoid. But let's see what the cards actually do. I've never read it. Cannot be normal summoner set. I think that's true for all of it. It's true for a majority of them. Yeah. Okay, so a ton of them can't be summoned, normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your GY by banishing 3 Infernoid monsters from your hand or graveyard, while the total levels are 8 and lower. Cannot be special summoned by any other ways. When this card is special summoned, you can destroy all other monsters on the field, so it's a field wipe. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell or trap is activated, contribute 1 monster, negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. Okay, yeah, so this is a self-mill strategy from the looks of it. Pretty sure all of them are decent. I don't know how the fusion works. How does the fusion work? And how does the fusion work? You spelled banishment wrong, you idiot. If an Infernoid monster you control battles after, banish those monsters. Okay, so that's banish removal. Infernoid monsters you control whose original levels are 2 or higher become level 1, and all battle damage they inflict to your opponent is halved. You can send this card to the graveyard. Oh, this is how you fusion summon. Void Imagination. And then you can special summon, I think, the True Boss monster. When this card is fusion summoned, you can apply these effects in sequence based on the number of materials with different names used for this card's summon. Each player sends 3 cards from their extra deck to GY. Each player sends top 3 cards of their deck to the GY. Each player returns up to 3 of their banished cards to the GY. Each player sends their entire hand to the GY. Oh boy. But yeah. Reasoning. This is actually how you do it. There's no other monster removal now I look about it. Oh god, no, I was spoiled. I was spoiled by the Vernisylph. Where's my double Raigeki? Where's my double Infinite Impermanence? Where's my Pot of Extravagance? Yeah, I sort of rate this lower than Vernisylph, mainly because this has lots of text and I don't want to read it. But yeah, so from what I gather, Infernoid is a self-mill deck that you can summon big chunky monsters from the GY and then use that to beat face or negate spell and trap. As a professional Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber, this is too much text for me to read, so I'm just gonna move on to the next loner deck. But yeah, ranking this lower than Vernisylph. And here we are with the last one, and it's a Charmer deck. I actually don't know how to play Charmers, but I've seen Charmers played, and I'm really excited to try Charmers out. But let's see what this does. Awakening of the Possessed monsters can special summon from hand or deck by sending a monster with the attribute that corresponds with the spellcaster type monster on your field. If you are successful in special summoning in this way, you will be able to activate a special effect. Aim for a special summon when the situation calls for it. After that, use them as link materials to link summon Charmer link monsters, while the other effects of Awakening of the Possessed monsters, you will be able to call for powerful support cards into your hand, such as Possessed, Partnerships, and Unpossessed. Okay, from what I remember, the Charmers are basically, you try to swarm the field with their base level ones, and go for basically getting Spirit Charmers, trying to get your I think permanent or your continuous spell and traps on the field, so then you have some control on your opponent, and then using whatever cards you have to link or synchro into bigger monsters. Are there any oh, there's a spellcaster too. Okay, So I think the goal for this deck would be try and get your Zeroa up on the field there. I'm sorry. Why did I start with the Vernisylph? Vernisylph is way too good compared to these two. But yeah, so Charmers, you are able to, when they are flipped, take control of a corresponding wind, earth, water, or fire monster, depending on the type of Charmer you have. But that's the base forms. We don't have their upgraded forms here, I think. Yeah, we don't have their upgraded, their retrains here, which is a bit saddening. Inari Fire. I think this is paired with Hita. Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of the Nefariousness. Okay. You can only control one of this. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from hand. Okay. Are these all of it? Oh, yeah. So if you can control a fire... Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, you summon these when you have a spellcaster. And then that spellcaster... Okay, then you can link or like Xe or like Synchro. Okay, I get what you're putting down, game. Ran Ryu can only control one Ran Ryu. Okay. Ida, the Sun Magician. And this card is normal summoned or flipped summoned. Or flipped face up. You can special summon one monster. Okay. So this allows you to search out any of your other spellcasters. Yeah. Yeah, all your spellcasters can be searched out with Ida. During your opponent's main phase, you can change one face down spellcaster monster you control to face up, attack, or defense. Okay, so it can trigger this automatically. Awakening of the Possessed, Awakening of the Possessed, Awakening of the Possessed, and Awakening of the Possessed. I think each of these is, especially to summon this card from the deck by sending one face up spellcaster monster and one level 4 or lower earth monster you control to. Okay, so if you have like Ausa, you can special summon this and then sacrifice both to special summon this. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your GUI, but negates its effects. If this card is special if this card is sent from field to GUI, you can add one spiritual art earth or one possessed spell or trap from deck to hand. Okay. You can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of one monster they control. Okay. If this card is sent from the field to GUI, you can add that. If this card is special summoned by its effect, you can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the GUI, then each player draws one card. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can turn one. Okay, so there's a bounce. So we have a revive, we have a burn, we have a discard, and we have a bounce. So good variety there. You just need to be able to special summon the correct one that you need at that time. Raigeki, standard. Harpy's Feather Duster, standard. Negate your opponent's first monster effect that resolves each turn while you control. Oh, I remember this thing's a heck of a floodgate. Okay, so it's of course a spellcaster based deck. Monsters you control gain 300. Okay, so this is able to pump your monsters. That's good. Discard one card, take two cards from your deck with different names from each other that are Charmer monsters, familiar possessed monsters, and or possessed spell and trap. Okay, so this is a bit more, I think, control-y type. Yeah, it's a bit more control-y and not swarmy like Vernisylph. I would probably rank this higher than Infernoid, mainly because, like I said, I don't know how to play Infernoid, so I can't rate it properly. But I believe current power level for the loner decks, at least from what I've seen, is Vernisylph, followed by the Charmers, followed by Infernoid. Infernoid does have Blaster though, and I'm not sure if that will skew how powerful the Infernoid loner deck is. But yeah, that's it for this event overview. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you so desire, and have a great rest of your day. And as usual, for festivals, I'd like to always ask, what deck are you planning to bring to this festival? As for me, I'm planning to bring my Umi control deck. I've been scarred by Tearlaments, so I only know floodgates. Floodgates is all I have. Floodgates is all I need. Anyways, see ya.